Hello and welcome to the breakdown of episode 3 of Penumbra. It's an Invideo original series that I'm working all by myself with the help of Agent 1, which is now Agent 2. And in this episode, I've tried experimenting with a lot of visual treatment and also tried improvising on the realism of the overall tonality and vibe of the series. If you have not watched the episode, I highly recommend that you do, along with episode 1 and 2, which is on the same channel. And let me know in the comments whether you like it, you do not like it, if there is something specific that you want to learn about any of the episodes, and I would highly appreciate that. Let's move on to the highlights, insights, and some of the very valuable experience that I gained while building and working on this episode. So, the first thing, and probably one of the most important things that I would like to share and talk about, is placement shots. Who's sitting where, who's addressing whom. For example, in the episode, there is an entire sequence where there are 4 people sitting inside an airplane cabin. There is also an object placed in between all 4 of them. So there's an interaction going on. There is one person who's narrating, describing something, and he's not just addressing it to one particular person, he's addressing it in the entire room. There is also the object, which is also not like a prop. It is object of importance, which will also be addressed in the conversation. There are many ways to deal with a placement sequence where people are talking to each other. But I think the method that worked far better for me, first of all, generate an image, wide angle image of all the people inside that frame, positioned in their respective places. Since this image is rendered and re-rendered, the quality, if you notice, is going to be significantly different or outright bad compared to your other generations. Most people add this image along with the prompt while talking to a video model, but that is a mistake because the video model is most likely going to use it as a benchmark or maybe even incorporate that frame in the final output, which will break your consistency. The correct way to do this is to convert the same image into a very rough sketch along with the name tags of whether it's people, objects, the entrance, exit, directions, stuff like that. That will help the video model to understand the positions. You can alternatively also create like a top-down blueprint without the characters and just the names. Now, the next thing that I would like to discuss is building with Seedance. Whenever you're building a sequence with Seedance, I think the creative community is divided into 2 groups of people. One who build individual shots and later stitch them together on Premiere or any other software. The other one who incorporate multiple cuts and shots within the same prompt and later adjust the timings and stuff in post. I think for 80% of the cases, I'm the other one. Why? Because I rely a lot on Agent 2's prompting skills and the video models to surprise me with different kinds of POVs and camera movements and stuff like that. I'm not a cinematographer, but if you notice and if you watch the episodes 1, 2, 3, you'll notice that there are a lot of shots which look very intentional, as if they're very well thought through and planned. I did not plan it. It is just the Agent 2 and the video models filling in the gap with their creativity. The only thing I did was to push the model to think freely, allow the agent to take risks, simply just go bonkers. In my experience of building 40 to 45 minutes of Penumbra so far, I have noticed this mostly happens when you rely on multiple cuts. You express your intention and the flow of the shot that you want to build to the agent, and you leave the POVs, the camera angles, the movements to the agent, and it's smart and creative enough to surprise you with very professional looking shots. Moving on to the next thing, it's not actually an insight, it's a lesson that I learned and which humbled me. If you watched the episode 3, I am not sure if you have noticed, but there is a serious and embarrassing continuity error. When I generated the full body character sheet of Dr. Brand, the man wearing the coat, the collars were flipped down. But when I asked the agent to generate the face character sheet, it flipped the collar up, which I did not notice until very last minute of the episode. I was not able to fix it, not because I could not, but I had to compromise a lot on the emotional flow of the whole film, and I didn't want to do that. I prioritized that over this continuity error. As I was talking about relying on the agents for a lot of things, it should never be 100% and it can make mistakes. It's not foolproof, it's not watertight. You should always pay double attention to the sheets, the character sheets, the turnaround sheets that you are generating, and observe the details. It can make mistakes, but it's very rare. Now, this is for people who function like me. I have my Premiere or any kind of timeline editor running in parallel along with the agent on the browser for media generations and all kinds of videos, etc. You have to understand this is just a reminder that how the agent is visualizing your story and the story flow could be extremely different from how it's actually getting executed on the timeline because it can't actually see what's happening on the timeline. So it's very important to keep your agent updated about everything. It's not just your progress, it's also about the problems and hurdles that you're facing. The agent might be following a particular context, particular kind of direction according to the screenplay and so on. And you might be doing a lot of improvisations and things like that. So it is possible it might lose that context. In order to help the agent navigate and improvise on the kinds of video generation and help you solve the problems, it's very important that you share as many screenshots as possible of the timeline, where you've reached, what you're planning to build, where are you facing any specific kind of issues, ask for advice. It will start adjusting according to your working style. So yeah, that's about it. I hope these were helpful. Episode 4 is in progress. I have worked on one of the most complicated sequences for Penumbra in that. There are some learnings and experience that I can't wait to share with you. So stay tuned. I'll see you in the next one. Take care. Cheers.